There we go.
Okay, we're good to go.
So what I'm doing is I'm just getting you off. So where you slow down the router, it tends to melt it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm just using this. And you don't want to sand it. You just want to try to use the grit to try to catch some of
To
these
just
things.
peel it off, yeah.
Yeah. And then just double check. Your 96 look good. Those look good. So just here and here, just a little bit.
Okay.
Just more or less just the big pieces. Already did the
You're
other.
gonna die.
Okay, I think we're good. Oh, a little bit of a leak. Let's bring it out. I'd rather have like full vacuum on that thing.
I cannot get that ski out.
Oh, really?
Nope, it's stuck. Where are we?
I feel like it's on the bottom. Yep.
What? Yep. What just happened?
Let's flip it over. Got ripped out. Got another one after that.
Oh, hold on. Dude, how did we?
Just push that tape on. I've got one down here. Can you just cut me a little piece of tape?
Yeah.
Got one. Careful putting that on there.
How did the bat was so?
Is it up to 26 now?
Yeah.
Can you put some right there?
There's that. will it not cure if it's like this? The air entrapment is just gonna be.
It'll cure, but it'll cure at not the right amount of pressure, so it won't be squished together enough, basically.
Where was it?
One right there. I think you got another one right there.
There.
There. Okay, can you fold this up like this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's gently flip it back over. Go that way. Set it down. Okay, that's our first batch. Okay, good. I think what I wanna do is, I'm gonna get a camber rocker rack,
Okay.
and we'll clamp it to it. We don't need to induce camber rocker, I just want to use that as a way to slide it in and out.
Okay.
Otherwise it catches the bag.
It's kind of crazy. This is the first time that's like really happened so far.
Yeah, I thought it was that and not your skis.
Right? Oh, where are clamps?
Oh, that's weird.
Did you give them away?
Hopefully you didn't give all of them away.
Oh, where are they?
We had some in the drawer. Be really careful when you put them on.
Are you doing the middle or the C bar or D bar?
The C bar. Here, let's pull this up some. Let me get a cigarette on here. Okay, now we'll just gently put it on there.
I haven't done this part yet.
Yeah. I don't want to over clamp. No more. That's good. Do the other side.
This is good practice. Where?
Okay, put it right there. Just enough to hold it. That's enough to hold it.
Okay. I think you're good. Pressure still good?
Yep.
Take 2. Still recording, you can still see.
Alright, so first thing we want to do is cut this to length.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold it in the tip section,
Okay.
and then we're going to run our fingers along the edge, starting from the tip going towards the tail. And then when you get to the tail, use your black Sharpie and make a mark where your 90 is on the metal edge, so you know where to cut the metal edge.
Is it better to go a little longer or a little short?
A little shorter than longer.
Okay.
Now you're going to use these to cut it. Now when you cut on this side, you have to put them this way. When you
Okay.
cut on this side, you have to flip them around.
To keep your 90s. Right?
So that the thickest part goes into the back of the throat. So push the metal edge all the way towards the back as far as it can go.
Okay.
Line it up,
Okay.
and then use both hands to squeeze it, to break it off. To squeeze it. Okay, great. I'm going to start here again. We're going to double check. Start here. Okay. Now is it
Just
too long?
Smidge short and long all
That's
at the
perfect.
same time. Oh,
No,
it
that's
is?
great.
Okay.
So what we want to make sure is that this part, the thick part, isn't sitting on top of the P-tex here. The
Oh,
fact that this
okay.
tab goes out that way, that's great.
Oh, it is?
But that's not necessary, but it's nice that that happened that way.
Oh, sick.
Okay, so for the other side, we have to flip it around,
So you always put the lip
facing inward.
okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then you said I have to go this way,
Mhm.
like that.
Can you still see your cut line?
Hmm?
Okay. Okay.
Right there?
Gotcha. Yep.
Wow, 2 for 2 on that little thing. Oh, nope, we gotta go a little bit more.
A little long.
Yeah, just shrinkage. Perfect.
Great. Okay, so the next thing we do before we put glue is you've got to tape dispenser.
Yep.
Pull off a piece of tape about not long or so. And then in your 90-degree corner down there, you're gonna place it about this much under, like that much underneath.
So a fair amount hangs off.
Yeah, but so a fair enough amount also gets pressed on really good. And now you want to position it so when you pull it, you can pull it this way, so it's not gonna hit that little tab sticking out. Make sure you really press it good on the bottom.
Okay.
Great, yep, that looks good. Now do the exact same thing to the other side, directly across.
Okay.
Okay. Now you're gonna put more of these tapes. I'm gonna move this down the ski, and you want to put them. Usually we have marks, but for some reason I'm going off this.
Why don't you flip it over the table on?
It's just much easier this way. If you
Okay.
flipped it over, then when you turn it, then everything starts to curl, and then it's not.
Okay. That
Right,
like I don't
blaming, like, it was just a very genuine question of, like,
Just thinking of,
you probably have a reason why you do it this way, so what's the reason?
yeah. So that's a little bit of a distance, so put another one right there.
Oh, you want a closer? So how
Yep.
many, can you give me an inch idea?
Just visually, that's a good distance, about like that.
Okay, I can do that then.
And we'll work towards the center and just always put one across from wherever you put the other one, so we can keep it even.
I always forget there's 2 skis too.
Yeah.
Because we've only just done like singles, so I'm like, oh, we have another one. How's our vacuum looking?
It looks good. So
Okay.
about 26.
That got a little long.
So now you're gonna glue these guys. Oh, sorry. So you wanna glue them on the side that has the, like, not the flat side?
Yeah, the
How's
side
that?
that's gonna sit up.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So you don't wanna put too much glue, and you don't wanna like glue one tab at a time, it'll take forever. So just kinda get it going and then just do like a nice thin stream,
Okay.
just aiming for those tabs.
And is that enough on all those, or do you need
Yeah.
more?
No, that's good.
Because Casey was like really going at it the other day, and I was
Yeah.
like,
That's
okay.
a lot.
Oh, going for the tabs, please. Look, my arm. Okay.
And do the other one.
So if not every single tab has one, is it okay, or do I need to go back and fill?
It's usually okay. Yeah. The ones that are critical are definitely the ones in the end. You don't want to miss those.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, so you put the cap on that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to start this. So don't touch anything on your end yet. But now, from now on, we just wanna work from the tip to the tail.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is put this one in place. Making sure
Okay.
it's butted up really tight to that 90 right here. And then I'm gonna tape it. Right? And then I'm gonna do the same on this side.
Oh, so you go always together, okay.
Okay, and then tape it. Now from here on out, you don't wanna tape it unless we have the core, because we wanna make sure that the P-tex matches the core. And then to line this up, I'm gonna match this hole with this hole. Looks good. Okay, and now I'm gonna start squeezing this in. I can kinda feel when that edge won't squeeze in anymore.
Yep, and
And
you're
I-
doing it simultaneously.
Yeah, and I'm making sure there's an even amount of edge on both sides.
Okay?
And see how I'm like applying quite a bit of pressure?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you go to the next one. And see if the tape bunches up, just pull it out. And then get it in place.
Should the amount of core you're gonna have, or edge you're gonna have be consistent all the way down, or no?
Yeah, you should have equal amounts, okay? So do the next one, I'll get you set up. And then you move down.
Oh, so like that guy, I can like push him in quite a bit.
Okay, so that's probably because this got pushed in too far.
Oh.
Hold on just a second. Okay.
Oh, there we go, okay.
Alright, got it?
It
Alright.
didn't feel like that last time, so
Okay.
we're good.
Is that better?
Yes. Shorter pieces of tape next time. Noted. Oops, sorry.
Okay, let's flip it over. See if there's any gaps. I know it's weird. Okay, so see right here, there's the gap that just pushed up.
How about like that one? Also just pushing up.
Yeah, but let's put
Oh. Oh, here you go.
No,
Oh,
that's fine.
That's just, okay. It looked like it was like right up on there.
I know, huh? It's the bottom of your skis.
So it's doing it right here too. Is it because that hole's not lined up?
No, because it's lined up here. That's all that matters. No, it looks good. There's no gap, it's just that it's pushed up, but it's fine.
That
Okay.
will be fixed in vacuum.
Yes. Alright, now you're gonna take accelerator, and you don't need to squeeze this thing. Okay, just let it take that. And you just need a little bit. So start like on this side of the tape and then just run it along the scale just a little bit.
Okay. And what is it?
Accelerator, so it causes the glue to cure off much faster. See how it reacts with it.
Oh, yeah, it does come out fast. Oh, it did not go there. Yeah, I don't know the best way in the future, by the way, to send me pictures, because I would love to have some of them, but my phone was not loading them.
Like when I texted them to you, it doesn't load them?
Like when Michael sent me the razor video, I got it. When he sent me like some pictures, did not go through, will not load no matter what I do.
Okay. I can email it to you if there's.
Okay. I just don't know the best way going forward, how to do that.
Alright, so let's set this aside.
So that one's done for cold coat now.
Exactly. Just
Okay.
gonna let that, because the accelerator cures it, but it doesn't cure it
Easily
immediately.
done. Yeah.
So I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit.
This is the one I kind of messed up.
What happened to it?
I totally went past the tape.
Oh.
This is actually my second round of P-Tex because,
So does this one match this one?
no, yeah, they do match.
Okay.
No, this is just like, I like went way past the tape on the first one. Special set of skills, you know?
Driving too fast. Alright, so let's cut to length first. So I'll get you set up and you make a mark and then cut it.
Okay. Dude, that round stuff did not look fun to deal with.
The curved stuff?
Yeah. That looked awful. So this one, this side.
Yep.
Can I like just sandpaper that before I put it down?
Either cut it or
It's like just not. I didn't cut it.
it's okay if it's a little short. It's better to cut it a little short than have any overhang.
I don't even know if it's gonna. Is that too short now?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It'll fill in with resin.
It was like, if you did it too much more, it was gonna be, yeah. It broke very weird. Also, which side is the side that goes? One of these is rough and one of these is smooth.
Right. So the smooth you always want on the bottom. Because that's what you're going to slide on.
Grrr. It's not even long because it's long, it's because it cut like much better. Why? Okay, we're good, yeah.
Alright, so next we gotta put our tape on.
Okay. Shorter pieces this time.
Start in your 90-degree area and then move inward.
Throw the tape measure around, you know. Okay. So when you're at like workshops doing this stuff, like, do you do a full demo ski
No.
and then, so how, like, how do you go about it, I guess? Because I feel like this would be hard to explain, or I would get tired of explaining it like 10 times.
So we teach one student each station,
Uh-huh.
and then that student teaches that station to everybody else. And then if it's a small enough of a group, and we're not on a super time crunch, then that student, you know, after maybe 3 or 4 students, teaches somebody, and then that student that they just taught now runs that station, and then they move on to another station. So they're not kind of doing this monotonous work all the time.
Okay.
That's ideal. So the basis of it is that the best way to learn is to teach.
Yeah.
So by having them teach, it really shows them what they don't know, and so then we're around to answer questions. But once they got it, they pretty much got it. And they
Yeah.
really, you know, the students that are learning from their fellow classmate enjoy the experience much better than if they're learning from us.
Well, because then you're like, yeah, when you're with
It's like your friend
friends,
teaching you
always,
how
yeah.
to do this, show you how to do it, just like the teacher, which, you know, some students get a little nervous or uncomfortable, or it's just not as much fun for them. And it's a great experience for the student to be teaching, to learn how to communicate what, and safety-wise too, what that student needs to know, because they're responsible for it. And if the ski gets blown, it's their responsibility.
Well, it's also like if you're doing something you like really enjoy, so you want one more or not.
Yeah, do one in between.
It's like really if you're like doing something you enjoy too, I think that's when you're like really engaged in wanting to learn as well.
Yeah.
So if you hate what you're doing, you don't want to learn how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so next is the glue.
Okay.
It's already 2 o'clock?
Is it
What the heck?
Thursday?
Does it feel like 2 o'clock?
Nope. It
That
feels
was like noon.
It feels like 11. I was gonna say. Okay, well, low key, kind of a good thing we got going on this end. Not saying it
that
takes forever, but
We were engrossed in our sample.
right? Okay, well, the sample's like really exciting because depending on which one, like it's a major breakthrough moment.
Exactly. I like doing the samples.
Even the fact that the rice paper didn't bleed, like that was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think you still need the paper backing?
To run it through?
Yeah.
That's a good point. I don't know.
If it's not bleeding, like it didn't bleed at all.
I might not, but I think it'd be
Or
a
is it still too
trickier
delicate?
to. It's gonna make it bunching up and getting caught in the printer a lot less likely. If
Yeah.
you put it on that backer sheet.
Well, I wonder too if you could figure out how to like tape rolls or whatever.
And there's a lot of stuff I can play around with in regards to the printer. You can control like how much ink comes out, like the saturation amount,
Yeah.
and like the fine, like how fine of a print it is. I think I just have it on like normal settings right now.
Dude, my hand is cramping.
This is the one part where it's like I'm so glad I'm outside because that stuff stinks so bad it like burns your eyes.
Oh yeah.
But out here it's fine. But inside it's like, whew, my goggle on. It's like cutting onions.
Dude, me cutting onions is just bad. I think it's the one reason I can never work in a professional kitchen. Like I start bawling, and I have tried everything in the book,
I know, I'm the same way. I'm just super sensitive to them.
and I just like I can't. I have tried so hard, because I can eat like a whole onion a day, so.
It's kind of a bummer. Okay, let's get started. Okay, good. You can do that one.
Oh yeah, so this is the core that needs a little TLC
Okay.
once we taper it.
Okay, let's tape it. with the course a little more narrow.
Because as long as it's up against.
As long as it's butted up to the P-tex, we're fine.
Yeah.
You can see a little bit of the teeth, that's okay, as long as it's butted underneath.
Yeah, as you get down here, that tip is where I have like messed it up.
Okay, that makes sense then.
So it should be fine all the way along here.
Okay, flip it over.
And then accelerator tone, right?
Well, first we gotta look for gaps or
Oh,
any issues.
Okay, what about that guy over here? Good?
Put one more piece of tape right there.
The new teeth are so nice. Where?
This one.
On the other side too?
No. This one's fine. That looks good. Okay, now you can accelerate.
Has the P-tex demand decreased? Because I know my dad has purple P-tex on the bottom, because that's all you guys had for a while.
Yeah, Crown started to supply it again.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how long they're gonna have it. This is some reason more pressure again.
Badly?
No, back to where it was before.
Is the
I think
resin?
It might be cured off by now.
I would say it's been in there for at least 45 minutes.
It feels definitely cured off, so don't
Okay.
worry about it. So let's finish up your squeeze. Finish up what we're doing here and we'll pull it out.
Okay. Cool, that part's all done.
Okay, so swap these because we're gonna work on this one again.
Oh, okay. Suction cups. Do you know that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, and then what do you do with the extra steel edges?
Those you can throw out. So you wanna use a fork?
Okay, wait. Film check. Okay, we still doing good.
Alright, so right now we're gonna take the tape off, but just take it off the top side,
Okay.
and then we'll flip it over to get the rest. Can you hand me a pencil down there?
Yeah.
So I wanna mark this core
Yeah.
as A, and then this P-tex as A,
Okay.
and then this is B, and the other one is B. So that when we build this E, we always match them.
Yes. Makes perfect sense. Okay.
Alright, let's flip it over.
No.
So just be gentle with it because it probably hasn't cured 100%.
Maybe the heat will help it.
I think so. I think it works by air, anaerobic. Okay, we'll flip it back over again. And then I'm gonna gently pull this core off.
Okay. And just like that.
Okay, so we can scribe the bottom now while we let the other one cure.
Okay.
So we're gonna basically create your tip shape and your tail shape.
Yeah.
So, tip and tail marking, measure from front edge dot point 11 centimeters. So we need one of those silver pencils. This
One
guy.
of the silver pencils. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so from where these 90s are, you're gonna draw a line straight across. So your stop points are a little bit off from each other. So I'm just gonna choose one that's further out. That's fine.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go 11. So on this one, which would be 110. So I like to line it up this way. 111 here.
You can mark that side and then you can go across, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so follow-up question.
Yeah.
Do we have to do a perfectly circle tip?
What were you thinking?
Like, you know kind of how they did the like tails yesterday?
So just like the corners, but flat on the top.
Yeah, kind of.
So your skis, when we get to that, we can try to decide if that'll work or not.
Oh, I thought that's what this was right now.
We are, but I just want to get your sidelines
Oh,
first.
okay.
So this is early taper, which means it's kind of pinning in.
Yeah.
We want to follow that contour.
Okay.
So see how I'm kind of keeping this parallel to that?
Yeah.
And I'm making sure that when I make my mark, the mark is on the outside of that line.
Oh. Okay, why on the outside? Because then when you cut, you're cutting just on the inside of that line?
So when your jigsaw comes along here,
Yeah.
you're going to hit this line.
Okay,
And you're not going to come along here and see a line here and then go in.
okay.
Because if you went in with your jigsaw, the ski's going to be shot. So this is really critical.
Okay, okay.
And it's better, if anything, to err more on the outside.
Because you can always go back and
You
do
can
nothing.
grind it in.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So you're thinking of using a little guy, like that size?
Yeah, I'm just doing like, can you erase? On the thing?
Not really. Let's just do it lightly.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of fun.
Can you see the shape of that?
Yeah.
You like that?
Kind of do, because I feel like
It's kind of neat.
if I did that on the tail too, I don't know, I feel like it's just like a little different.
Is ski a twin tip? Or is it regular? Standard?
The standard tail? What's
Yeah.
a standard tail?
It means it's half the length of the tip. Just like a little bit of uplift, but it's not a full twin tip in the back.
Yeah. Because like yesterday the ski was kind of, it had that.
And that was a
Well,
standard tail.
I don't know, I feel like it'd be kind of fun to like match them just because like they're different. It's, hey, wait, can we do a circle too? Just,
See what the circle would look like?
yeah.
It would kind of be like,
It actually does. Which one would it
well,
be? Do you do little, or is that for those edges?
right.
I guess part of me was thinking for like graphics, would it be nice to do like less?
I think for graphics it would be fine either way. It's more just what you like in terms of the shape.
I like how this is the hard decision for me. The part of me is like, it's really funky, but it's like kind of cool funky.
Why don't you do it then?
Cause like the worst thing is, cause to be honest, the worst thing is you like can take more off, right?
You could probably shave it after the fact, although once you do that, it's pretty hard because then you're just eyeballing it. There's no line to go by.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make, like, you can make it look good on one, but then how do you make it look exactly the same on the other one?
You have a point.
So now's the time.
I'm like a very decisive person, except for things like this where I'm like, I don't know what I want.
Well, see, Michael's got the round it. You just gotta imagine the hole in there.
Wait, why was the hole in there?
Why is there a hole?
Yeah.
It was to create counteract resistance with snow, so the snow would shoot through.
Oh, that's why I have on my skis. They have little, like it just has a little out of it, and like the snow, like when you're going through the powder, like goes up through it. It's kind of funny.
Cool. Yeah, so those.
And they're gonna be what's the splay gonna be on these about? Do you think? Or how much splay is like the distance between this wall and the tip of like the edge right here? It's like that vertical height.
Oh.
Or how much rocker is it? Just out of curiosity.
-74 minus 54. About 20 centimeters.
And how many bars? Okay. And how many bars did it say?
Try not to pull that up. How many bar? Well, this is the old software, so it says 3/8 of an inch, but we can adjust that to whatever you want. You can do that on the fly.
Which one do you like more?
I mean, I like that it's different, but I also know that sometimes different doesn't always look good.
Yeah, I know. That's my thing. I was like, I like that it's different, but I don't know if it's too different.
Let's
that it's
just go
gonna
with what
be
we always
really
do.
weird. Okay.
Yeah. Later on, I would say like, let's do what we always do, and if for some reason you wanted to, maybe later on you could just like cut across straight.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Like just take a jigsaw in your garage or something.
I get what you're saying.
You know, so later on, if this is your actual tip,
Mhm.
just cut it off like that.
Mhm.
Good?
Yeah.
Good. Alright, let's do the other side. So you can do this one. So draw your line this way first.
Okay. And line this one up at the end of the metal, or
I usually go across from 90 to 90, but if the edges aren't
my edges are not perfect.
okay, so then pick the one that's sticking out furthest and then just do it perpendicular.
Like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so now you need to go out 5 centimeters, so 50. Flip it around.
Okay. That's a little unfortunate. And go all the way out? Or all the way across?
Yeah, yep. And do it pretty hard line so you can see it really good. Okay, so now you need to do your lines going this way.
Hold on. Okay, that's good enough.
So you have early taper in your tail too. So you do it the same way where you run parallel. So it continues to point in. Run a little more so you can get a little more of a gauge.
Oh. I see.
And make sure it's on the outside of that edge.
Okay.
Push it in, yeah, that's fine.
Go on here. Okay.
Okay, now figure
I
out
don't
what.
feel like that one was right.
It's right. It's because there's more P-text on this side, I think. Is that what's throwing you out?
Yeah, that's definitely what's throwing me out. Well, actually, let's see. Okay, that's better.
So, choose what circle you want, but I would use one of those. Not that critical.
I know, but somehow this, like, it does come back critical to me. I don't know why. Okay, that good? Yeah.
Yeah, but use a heavier hand so you can see it better.
Okay.
Because it makes it really hard when you're doing the jigsaw. It's really hard to see. Okay, great. So leave the 6 out. We're gonna put this away so we don't use that in the next one. Okay, so let's set this aside.
Okay.
And let's untape the other one. Do your mom and your sister ski?
Mhm. My mom hasn't recently because she had some like foot problems. She was like convinced to run a half marathon, and that like screwed up her hips and it like messed up her foot then because like they're just all so connected.
Right.
So she hasn't been skiing in a little while. But I mean, she grew up skiing with us totally.
Are you more of a avid skier than your sister, or she just was into it?
I am more of an avid skier than my sister. When we were younger, we were pretty equal growing up, and I think as I've gone to school and there's been problems, I need to.
Tape on that side.
When your like boots aren't comfy, that like kind of ruins the whole thing and whatnot, and figuring that all out.
Right.
Oopsies.
Okay, so you're gonna do the same thing on the bottom here.
Okay.
I think that ruler's under here. We go turn that back.
Wow, this one is way different. this one's like a smidge wider.
What's wider? Oh yeah, so the way you do it is you line it up with these two lines and then draw your mark and then move it that way.
Huh?
So line it up, the circle up with these two lines.
Okay.
And
Oh,
count
so
the
just like you
fingers
do
of your
on
pencil.
the, okay.
And then once you get that line, then you shift it this way and line these two lines up. Okay, you ready to the tail? Great. All right, so let's take our sample apart. See what the verdict is. These can go underneath the P-Tex. Yeah, definitely use the gloves.
What?
I was just looking, it didn't really pull that much resin out of it. So unscrew it a little bit and then pull it right out.
I could like not get it.
And pull it to the side of it.
Oh.
Is it okay?
I think so. It's just
Really stuck?
it was. Oh. That was.
This is the top of the little plastic.
It really didn't have much work at all.
That's weird, didn't have much resin made off.
It pulled a lot off here though.
On the bottom it is?
Yeah, I feel like, look at that. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Oh, baby. It looks so good.
white will definitely fail both.
Oh, yep. There you
Okay,
go.
this
That's
looks badass.
it like that does, and that does.
So the white
I like the
totally
white.
worked.
Cause like this is the same graphic, and I feel like they look like different graphics.
You can
Like-
still see a bit of entrapment if you look this way.
Oh, interesting. You can see it on this one a little bit too.
Yeah.
Definitely not as much though.
That looks fine.
I was gonna say you cannot see the entrapment, and I think going forward you probably want to figure out maybe the thinner top sheet helps that.
But the white core is pretty cool. It
If I
really
had a-
makes the graphic pop out.
I was
more.
gonna say if I had a pick, I'd pick the white core.
Yeah. My only concern with the white is I don't know, talk to Michael about it, if there's any delam issues, like things won't onto it properly. Like the top, it can start to peel off.
Do you want to go get them and show them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's your other graphic.
Right? I was like looking at that.
So this is full length. Would you put water in it?
Yeah.
Full length with the new rice paper. So it's just the thicker rice paper, which printed really well. It was really a lot easier to work with.
It did not bleed through at all onto the paper.
Some full saturation.
So this section right here is the mat that we've been doing. This is that,
And right here is the graphic seam.
yeah, so we cut it and then we
Just
reseam
to
it
like try it.
because that night, because it's the other paper, I don't have to
Oh,
seam it.
So I feel like that looks like, especially right there, it looks good.
Yeah. It's pretty nominal. I can always make that seam somewhere where we work on the graphic.
I think like especially like right there, you can see So,
Just a little there, but it's really.
yeah, and that's probably us, like, just going.
This is another top sheet that we tried once before on paper. It's the one that's supposed to hide blemishes,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really. We
Okay.
just thought last resort we'll try it with rice
Sure,
paper, but no.
sure.
So it really comes down to, as far as what we've worked with so far, is either the matte or the brushed nickel. Not brushed. The brushed, the brushed top sheet.
There's the tiniest bit of air entrapment.
Well, you have
But-
considerable amount here, so.
Yeah.
Part of it too
How did
is
you lay
it
this
lost
out?
pressure twice.
Well, first of all, how did you lay up on this one?
So we did the leader cloth, peel ply, or
Cassette.
cassette, leader cloth, peel ply, fiberglass, and then all the layers of the ski. And then on top we did leader cloth,
Peel ply clear cloth.
right, peel ply, leader cloth, and we did it the width of the bag, below and on top. We put it in, and within the first 5 minutes there was a bit of a leak, so it wasn't starting to cure off yet. So we fixed the leak and it was fine. And then it had it slightly towards the end, but it was ready to cure off by then. So I don't think it was a pressure issue.
How come it got leaks?
There was, when we put it in, it just got a little snagged. So when we put it in the second time, we put it on a camber rocker rack to prevent that.
And then this portion, like that line right here, is we painted the ski white. So it's the exact same graphic right here and here.
And white makes a big difference.
And part of it too is like this all background right here was white for me. But yeah, like it kind of looks like a different graphic almost.
Oh, right. Looks like a full little more. Oops. Well, I mean, the brush looks good. I'm just, I mean, like, maybe bag leak. I don't know. Did you have pressure or there was no pressure?
Maybe, I mean, because all the rest of these samples don't have that issue, so
I
maybe
wonder
that was
too
the
if
issue.
it was just like it's hot, so it was already kind of starting to cure a little bit.
Let me see the bottom of the leader.
This one was when it was like, I'm pretty sure it was like.
Yeah, there's no vacuum force here.
Yeah.
Didn't confirm very well. Well, the brush definitely. I mean, this looks amazing with the white.
So
Oh,
look
the
at it
white.
from this angle, because you can see some bubbles. I don't know if that's an issue or not.
So both these are brushed. This is brushed with white paint. This is brushed without white paint.
Yep.
And this you just did this one too. This is from before.
That's before, we only did one sample today.
Okay.
She was just looking at, because we printed her graphics on paper before.
I don't like them. They're like mobs. I don't do mobs. And they're noisy mobs.
That was really noisy.
Oh yeah, I was just like looking at the alignment. This is the very first sample we did. You think the white is gonna cause bonding issues?
How much did you put on?
One coat,
Just like a quick coat.
pretty, yeah. Where's that other wet one? Let me see how it compares.
Yeah, just as much as this guy. Probably
This,
Like
more
this
kind of
is-
like this. and-
Yeah,
this is the one I did.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be bonding issues.
okay.
I mean, it's just keep it as light as possible.
I mean, we did notice that when she was, because she worked on this end, like when Greta was putting down the resin,
Did you get my
two things
attention?
happened. One is she had a little white on her gloves and it was fully cured, so I think it reactivated the paint. And two, it didn't soak in to the core. The resin didn't like it would if you were.
Okay.
I think it did, it just took more work to do that. Like it took more time to really get in there.
You can actually see it. I think that's what this white is right here.
The milkiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to reactivate it. So it's just not the right paint.
Right.
Well, I'd say build the ski, you know,
Build Greta ski
yeah, see what happens.
with
Can
not
I
the
do it
paint.
with the white?
Yeah, the paint's a contaminant if it's
Okay.
reactive.
Okay.
It's kind of sad. 'Cause I don't.
Well, we can just hang off on waiting and just keep doing, we have to develop it too, so just keep waiting. This, we might get the.
We don't have to build your skis with the top sheet. We can
I
print it
know,
on
I
paper and
kinda
do it like we
want
always do it.
to.
Well, decide what you want to do, we can wait or, but not white, because we're gonna have an issue with that. And or go without a top skin. We'll have to figure out a white that actually works. Some sort
Yeah.
of-
Is this a water-based paint?
No, it's gonna have a VOC, so it's volatile, it's gonna have some sort of,
Okay. So how do you find one that wouldn't
just
try it and stuff?
we might, yeah, we maybe go to stains, like water-based stains, that's what I started with,
Okay.
and they never reactivated this
Oh.
burgundies, but they weren't that opaque either, so,
Okay.
yeah.
The top side very well. Doesn't have anything in it.
Well, there's really no, oh, yeah, from this out, from this out here.
Because when we did it last time, we had more, like the top was fully saturated. Did we do the layering right?
Yeah, it sounded like, I mean, you said, cassette, leader, field black, ski, field black.
Right.
Let me see that, race paper.
Okay. The solid color rice paper is beautiful. Blue. Now, when you put it on,
wanna wait to figure out what you wanna do?
Yeah, I think so. Cause like my graphic isn't gonna work
Okay.
like this because like we did this one on paper. Right. And that's like this was the same color as this,
Okay,
which
so,
means it's gonna look like this everywhere, and that's like this much. Of
yeah,
graphic.
whatever you'd like, yeah, just figure out if you wanna wait, figure out something else to do, or we'll figure out a solution and build a ski later.
Okay.
But I would suggest if we're not gonna build it now, let's not taper the core and don't cut tip though. Cause that core, it'll get warped once we taper it, all the seam, so.
Is that the ski with just the clear coat on it?
Yeah, that has clear coat on. So it would be like what your dad skis, if you did like
Yeah.
paper. His was paper with clear coat.
We may not have clear coat though.
Oh, we don't have clear
Yeah,
coat.
we stopped getting it.
Yeah.
This round. We have that one cam, but that's for your brothers, cause that's already built.
Mm. So is it you just don't like seeing the wood here?
Yeah. Cause like, it's not that I don't necessarily like the wood maybe on this section, but it's gonna be like this, that.
There's more
Like
wood, yeah.
that's all, like any white is,
It's gonna be wood now, yeah.
yeah. And like, to be honest, like that's not gonna look like what I would like want it to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, make
No,
sure you
it's
get what you
different.
want.
I don't think it would look bad. It's just gonna look different than what you.
I would suggest
What are you thinking?
get the finish that you want, or get what you want, and if that takes waiting, we'll wait, otherwise we'll build it as.
So ideally, you want to have it look like that
Yeah.
with the matte top skin on.
Yeah.
Okay. So in order to make that happen, that means we just need to do some more experimenting
Yeah.
and find out which white paint we can put back there.
Yeah. So that's just getting,
Water going.
Okay, great.
okay.
Yeah. So we'll do some research and see what kind of white paint we can experiment with.
Do you think that like Ace or something might have some?
They might, yeah.
Or even like Home Depot or whatever?
Yeah, Home Depot probably definitely has something.
Cause like if my parents are driving down too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we'll do some research and see what we should try.
Seriously, fly. Oh, my whole leg.
Okay, so we'll just kind of
Okay.
hold off for a little while.
Oh, it's gonna be that doesn't like bend.
That what?
It doesn't like bend.
Oh.
Like how stiff it gets.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I guess
do
just
like
relax for a little while.
Okay. I actually do. The brush looks really good.
Yeah.
I like them both on like looking at them now on equal grounds without entrapment.
Yeah.
I feel like the brush look on this one like, and maybe it's because of the air entrapment, you can just see it so much more, but here like the brush just looks very different.
to this at all because that's
Yeah.
clearly not gonna work. The only thing to look at would be carbon here on this one.
I mean, it's crazy even just though against like that one. I feel like graphics help change it.
And I think this heavier rice paper looks better than the double because you still get a little fuzziness there. You
Yeah.
can't get it perfect. Where I don't feel like this really has that.
Well, and the fact that it gets, I mean, you can kind of even compare, like that and that. Like I would say that line is just as sharp as that line.
Yeah. Yep.
And like this is rice paper and that's regular paper. So I
Exactly.
feel like the saturation
I think
component
that
is completely solved.
the new rice paper is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
And the key would be if I can find it in a roll. But if not,
I was impressed.
that
Like
work. It's just more
that
work.
will really work.
I'm just
you have
thinking,
to
like,
do more
when we-
precision.
Right, which when we're doing, most of what we do is building skis with students, so it's
Yeah.
gonna make it a little harder, but we can create that separation for students too for the under boot.
Yeah. Can I see the whole graphic put together on your laptop?
Yeah. Like the paper store. Yeah, so he's a, he sells, ski and snowboard materials, so he has like a lot of different stuff. But I like him because he has like a lot of different stuff. Yeah, she's gonna wait. So we're gonna try to figure out what we can do to paint. Well, that's as close as I can get it.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like I think it like looks good how it is right now.
Okay, good. 'Cause I think it reads nothing from what it says. And the deer looks cool.
And you're doing the whole shape of the skin.
Yes.
I think that would work.
The only way to make it better would be if we swapped it and took this on the tip.
Is it possible to move it up a little bit or no?
Like to shift it up.
Yeah, do like right where the logo would go up like this, like this.
Like that. So you can either swap it. This that.